The retirement planning pyramid. You know how they say we got the three-legged stool for retirement planning? Social Security, pensions, and your private portfolio. Well, that's actually, I've always said, who came up with this? It wasn't from FDR, so I don't know who came up with that or why that was actually a thing. But anyway, the real retirement planning structure is a pyramid. I tell you, man, I was just reading this article from the Institute, Investment Company Institute from 2012. I'd never thought about it like this. It's fantastic. And they're showing how insanely successful the modern American retirement planning system is. And I could not agree more, 100%. At the bottom of the pyramid is Social Security. All right? So we got everybody has Social Security, unequivocally. At the second part of the pyramid is home. Not just home equity, but what's called imputed income, because a vast majority of retirees not only own their homes, but they own them outright. It's just a fact. All right, so the imputed income means the money that you don't have to pay for rent or a mortgage because you own your home outright. Yeah, you're still gonna have property tax. But the money that you save, the income you don't need from having to have your house paid off, is significant. I mean, just say it's $2,500 a month for your mortgage or your rent. If you don't have that, that's $30,000 a year. A, you don't need to generate, and B, you don't need to generate in which to pay tax on that $30,000 a year. So right out the gate, we're a net positive. Again, just using $2,500 a month mortgage or a $2,500 a month rent. And we'll say you got Social Security at $2,500 a month. We're net positive right there of $5,000 a month or $60,000 a year. Just right there alone. Because before you did not have Social Security and you had a mortgage. Now you don't have Social Security. You have Social Security and you have no mortgage. All right, so that's a net positive of $5,000 a month. The $2,500 you don't have to pay for your mortgage. The $2,500 you're getting from Social Security. And so at the end of the day, what I always say to people is the worst case scenario, we'll just say you're single, all right? We'll call you Scary Mary. Now, I've used Scary Mary before. We'll call you Plain Jane, all right? Plain Jane. You're like, Josh, the only money I got is Social Security, $2,500 a month. And I said, well, Plain Jane, do you have a mortgage? You're like, no. So you own your home outright? You're like, yeah. So how much your property tax? We'll say, no, $400. We'll just say $5,000 a year, all right? So I say your Medicare and your property tax run you $10,000 a year for just simplicity. And again, if you're over 65, your property tax, some counties, many counties will give you a discount. So let's just say that. So we got $30,000 a year coming in. That's $2,500 a month. This is the worst case scenario, mind you. We got $1,000 a month going out, your Medicare and your property tax. And again, I would suggest that's probably on the high end for property tax, for Plain Jane, and Medicare, but we'll run with it. That's still $1,500 a month as your net. For a single person, yeah, you're not going to be freaking lighting cigars with $100 bills, but that's not so bad. That's $18,000 a year to pay for utilities. Well, how much does it cost for a single person to eat? I don't know, because I've had a family of 6. You see what I'm saying? But I mean, you're like, dude, that's not bad. I mean, that's the worst case scenario. I got my house paid for, and I got freaking Social Security. By the way, I pay no income tax because that's all I got. And that's your worst case scenario. And you're going to say, by the way, I don't have any savings at all. On top of that, not only you probably have some savings, but you can always use the equity in your home. Especially if you're a single Plain Jane, you're like, I don't have any kids or anything like that. You're like, just take a reverse mortgage to add some extra income if you need. All of it tax-free. Now, you don't have to do that. But what I'm saying at the end of the day is like, that's the worst case scenario. You got your freaking mortgage. Oops, there you go, buddy. Good job. This guy knows what he's doing. Good job. That's a good driver there. I don't know if some of these drivers get in the left lane and they just poke along. I'm like, why did you get in the left lane to poke along? It doesn't make any sense. I'm like, I'm just going to get in the left lane. Why? Because I want to poke along. They call me the Pokemon. I'm like, yeah, I get it, dude. Go back to Japan, Pokemon. We don't need your anime stuff here, all right? Anyway, so that's it. That's the worst case scenario. Your home and your Social Security. All right, so that's the two bottoms, the pyramid. The third pyramid of the top, the third, whatever it is of the pyramid, will be your own investments, your 401k, your property, your 401k, your IRA, I don't know, your freaking investments, your brokerage accounts, whatnot, all combined. All right, so now we talk about plain Jane. Let's just say she has $200,000 in an IRA, and she takes 5% a year from that. That's $10,000 a year. So the $10,000 a year she takes from her IRA covers her property tax and her Medicare. All right, so now she's just living off her Social Security at $2,500 a month. That's $30,000 a year. Again, no tax. And then, I don't think there'll be tax if she's taking $10,000 a year from her from her IRA. I don't think she'll have any income tax. So now plain Jane's living off $30,000 a year just from having $200,000 in her portfolio. And then the last thing would be whatever business ownership you have, or I don't know, private investments or something like that, which I don't have. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I own a business, but my business is me. So the minute I get squashed, the business stops. So I don't have any equity in my business or anything like that. So for me, it's just those three: my own investments, my own Social Security, and my house. That's the retirement planning pyramid that most people have, most retirees have, and as such, we have a great retirement system that a lot of people, for some reason, discount. It's weird, man, how it's like the No Kings protest. Oh, I hate kings, I hate kings. Like, it's weird that you're saying you hate kings, Trump's the king, and yet you're all protesting. True kings wouldn't let you protest. So let's not discount the freedom we have. I was reading my man, this guy, a Columbia mathematician, Peter Voigt, W-O-I-T. He's from Columbia, and I like him actually, but he's like, the dictator. They talk about Trump and the dictator. It's like, it's weird that you keep calling him a dictator, and yet you're still able to post online. It's idiotic. Let's not discount the true issues that are out there, because Trump is not a dictator. You're not running out of money in retirement, most likely. And even if you do, if the worst case scenario is you're freaking got Social Security and your house paid for with tons of equity, you're going to be quite all right. All right, God bless. Love your thoughts. We'll see you.